Good evening, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for joining us tonight. It being 7:30 on Wednesday, November 8th, 2023, we will begin our meeting of the Town Council. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and please remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we please have a moment of silence for all those who serve in our military, at home and abroad, and for their families, and especially on this week of Veterans Day. Thank you. Clerk Smino, roll call vote, please.
Councilor Baraka?
Here.
Councilor Flaherty?
Here.
Councilor Hume?
Here.
Councilor Mackin will not be attending. Councilor Maglio?
Here.
Councilor O'Brien? Councilor O'Brien for roll call?
Here. Present.
Councilor Reynolds?
Here.
Councilor Ringus?
Here.
Councilor Ryan?
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We do have a member participating remotely this evening, therefore all votes will be by roll call. We'll start with our announcements, and I want to open the meeting with sincere thanks on behalf of the Town Council, to our Town Clerk, Jim Casey, his staff at the Clerk's office, and to all of our poll workers whose efforts made yesterday's Election Day run smoothly. It is a huge undertaking, and it lasts much more than just one day that we see as voters. So thank you to Clerk Casey and to his entire team. And thank you to all of the voters who turned out yesterday. And congratulations are in order. Congratulations to Mayor-elect Erin Joyce and to our two new councilors who we will welcome to the council in January. District 4 Councilor-elect Ann Quilty and District 6 Councilor-elect Peter Morin. I can say we are looking forward to working with all of you in 2024. So running for office is not easy. We do it because we care deeply about the town. So I'd also like to thank all of our engaged residents and also acknowledge District 6 candidate Mark Doucette and to Mayor Kokoros for races well run. Our next announcement, Saturday, November 11th at 10 a.m. right here in Town Hall will be our annual Veterans Day ceremony. And I do want to recognize our lone veteran on the council, Councilor Reynolds. Thank you for your service. This event is open to all in the community, so please do come down and join us here. That's Saturday, November 11th at 10 a.m. and it'll be right here in Cahill Auditorium. Any other announcements? Councilor Flaherty.
Thank you. Braintree is just full of talent, and one of our stars for a long time has been the Braintree Choral Society, and they've been stars for such a long time that they are now celebrating their 100th anniversary. So that's a whole century of singing, and as part of that celebration, they will have their annual winter concert on December 10th at the Old South Middle School at 3 o'clock. And I've been to this concert before. They don't always have it in the same venue, but it is a really fabulous job. Their numbers have fleshed back out after COVID. All of our singing groups were hit hard by COVID for understandable reasons, but they're back and they're wonderful. And I really encourage everybody to look online to find tickets for the Braintree Choral Society Winter Concert because I think it's going to be fabulous.
Thank you, Councilor Flaherty. Any other announcements? All right, with that, we'll move on to our approval of minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of August 22nd, 2023 and September 5th, 2023?
So moved.
Second. Thank you, Councilors Ryan and Hume. Clerk Smino, roll call, please.
Councilor Baraka?
Yes.
Councilor Flaherty?
Yes.
Councilor Hume?
Aye.
Councilor Maglio?
Aye.
Councilor O'Brien?
Aye.
Councilor Reynolds?
Aye.
Councilor Ringus?
Aye.
Councilor Ryan?
Aye.
8 in favor, 0 opposed.
Thank you very much. Moving on to our old business, 22012 Mayor Zoning Bylaw Text Amendment, Inclusionary Housing and Associated Revisions, or take up any action relative thereto. This is a public hearing. It will be continued to January 16th, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. There are very specific guidelines for opening public hearings, and this one is, because it is still in committee, this item is waiting on a feasibility study. We cannot move it forward until that is complete, so we must continue this. We're going to vote to open the public hearing, and then we will vote to continue the public hearing. So do I have a motion to open the public hearing for 22012 Mayor Zoning Bylaw Text Amendment, Inclusionary Housing and Associated Revisions, or take up any action relative thereto?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Councilors Ryan and Hume. Clerk Semino, roll call, please.
Counselor Verica,
Yes.
Counselor Flaherty,
Yes.
Counselor Hume,
Aye.
Counselor Meglio,
Aye.
Counselor O'Brien,
Aye.
Counselor Reynolds,
Aye.
Counselor Ringus, Counselor Ryan,
Aye.
8 in favor, 0 opposed.
Right, and with that, is there a motion to continue the public hearing to January 16th, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. for Order 22012?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Councilors Ryan and Hume. Clerk Semino, roll call, please.
Counselor Verica,
Yes.
Counselor Flaherty,
Aye.
Counselor Hume,
Aye.
Counselor Meglio,
Aye.
Counselor O'Brien,
Aye.
Counselor Reynolds,
Aye.
Counselor Ringus,
Aye.
Counselor Ryan,
Aye.
8 in favor, 0 opposed.
Thank you very much. All right, our next item agenda this evening is 23069, Mayor, acceptance of donations or take up any action relative thereto. And for this, I will refer to Councilor Reynolds, Chairman of the Committee of Ways and Means, for that committee's recommendation.
Thank you, Madam President. This evening, the Committee on Ways and Means met and voted unanimously for a favorable recommendation to the full council for Order 23069.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone from the mayor's office who would like to speak? I see Chief of Staff LaForest is here with us this evening. Welcome.
Thank you, Counselor. On behalf of the Mayor's Office, the Chinese Association, American Association of Braintree has offered to donate $2,000, with $1,000 each going to Elder Services and Elder Affairs and Veteran Services. They had a very successful Mid-Autumn Festival. I know many of you were able to attend, and we appreciate your support of this measure this evening.
Thank you very much, Chief of Staff LaForest. Any members of the council wish to speak on this? Councilor Ryan?
It's wonderful, thank you, Madam President. It's wonderful that they had such a great event, and then they raised this types of money, funds, then they're going to donate to the Veteran Services and the Department of Elder Affairs. I think it's great all around, so I want to commend them for doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Ryan. Councilor Maglio?
I apologize for my voice, everybody. I agree, it's great, and it's wonderful that they're being generous to donate it to the town. We did talk upstairs during the Ways and Means Committee hearing that it would be helpful to find out what kind of costs the town incurred as the co-sponsor of the event. There were a number of hard costs involved, I think probably with field prep, staffing, the fire truck that sank and needed to be towed off the field. So I think it's good for us to know what those costs are, any donations we might have made. I know that there were some in kind and then those hard costs. So I'm just hoping for that kind of follow-up to get a sense of what kind of funds are expended when we sponsor those kinds of events. I think it's a helpful barometer of how we can plan to do more of them when we know the real cost of them.
Thank you, Councilor Maglio. Any other councilors? I will echo, I'm sorry, was there someone else? No? Okay. I will echo Councilor Ryan's sentiment in thanking the Chinese American Association of Braintree. That group has done a tremendous job with community outreach, cultural inclusion, and it's very generous and gracious of them to give back with a monetary donation to these two crucial services in town. So thank you for that. Is there a motion?
Okay. I'm sorry. So it's the motion to accept the donations. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Right. That the town of Braintree be and hereby is authorized in accordance with the Section 33A of Chapter 44 of the Massachusetts General Laws to accept the following gift upon the conditions attached and herein set forth. Donor Chinese American Association of Braintree, gift $1,000, purpose Department of Elder Affairs. Donor Chinese American Association of Braintree, gift $1,000, Veterans Affairs. So moved. Sorry about that.
No problem. Thank you, Councilors Ryan and Hume. Clerk Semino, roll call, please.
Counselor Baraka,
Yes.
Counselor Flaherty. Aye. Counselor Hume,
Aye.
Counselor Maglio,
Aye.
Counselor O'Brien.
Aye.
Counselor Reynolds,
Aye.
Counselor Ringus.
Aye.
Counselor Ryan,
Aye.
8 in favor, 0 opposed.
Thank you very much, and thank you to the CAAB. Our next item on our agenda this evening is 23071, Mayor Intermunicipal Agreement for the Public Health Excellent Grant for Shared Services or take up any action relative thereto. Again, I will turn to Councilor Reynolds, Chair of the Ways and Means Committee, for their recommendation.
Thank you, Madam President. The Committee on Ways and Means met earlier this evening and made the recommendation unanimously to accept the donation, to make favorable recommendation. Pardon me.
Thank you, Councilor Reynolds. Is there anyone from the Mayor's Office, Chief of Staff LaForest, and I see we have our Director of Public Health, Mary Beth McGrath, here too. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. This opportunity, the Public Health Excellence Grants, is an opportunity to increase our capacity in our Building and Inspections Department. As you know, we have a great team, but there is a lot of volume of requests down there. This is led by Randolph. As you know, this body has had the town of Braintree lead multiple intermunicipal agreements, whether it's veteran services, whether it's next door to JFK on public safety. In this instance, Randolph is the lead agency. The other communities are partnering. We're going to be sharing a shared services coordinator who will manage the grants, manage the funds, manage the employees, as well as doing the grant compliance. The services being provided is a food inspector, a housing inspector, and an epidemiologist. The communities have come together, worked through the intermunicipal agreement, which you will see, and Mary Beth is a part of the multi-town committee that works through and manages the operations of the program. So this is an exciting opportunity to receive additional human capital for our town.
Thank you. Director McGrath, did you want to add anything?
I actually think Margaret did a great job summarizing all of that, but it is very exciting. It is a very exciting opportunity for the town, and I look forward to providing more assistance from my staff, who do a great job, but I think that all departments always can use some extra resources to help with the efforts.
Any questions from the councilors on this? Councilor Ryan.
Thank you. I think this is excellent. I think this is a great example of communities working together where we can share resources and get the types of services we need at a reduced cost to the town because we're sharing those services. So I think it's wonderful, and hopefully we can do more of this in the future. So thank you, well done, and thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Ryan. Councilor Reynolds.
Thank you, Madam President. I also agree that this is a great opportunity for the community, and this is the town taking advantage of the state's regional grant program. Similar issues with Regional Water Authority that makes us eligible, and to the previous speaker's point, I think that there is opportunity for us to take advantage of this program further as we move forward as a community. I just was hoping that maybe you could just set an expectation. So this would require, this is our approval this evening, the conditions of those, of how the program will be administered and the, how things would be worked out and the time sharing. If you could just give us a little bit more, as you did earlier this evening.
Certainly.
Ways and Means.
So this evening, we appear before the council to request your approval for what's called an intermunicipal agreement between the 5 communities, that being Randolph, Braintree, Quincy, Weymouth, and Holbrook. The services, as Margaret had mentioned, that would be provided are a shared services coordinator, a food inspector, housing inspector, and an epidemiologist, and that would be equitably shared across each of the 5 communities. The day-to-day, I would say, operation of it will be all vetted out with the advisory committee amongst the 5 communities, but the There, you know, as with any grant, there is a required expectation that they'd be reporting back to the state, and that's all being taken care of through the shared services coordinator that's housed out of Randolph. All of the financial pieces of it, again, will be handled through the shared services coordinator in Randolph. So we're very appreciative of that. We stand the benefit of receiving the inspectors and able to help the community, and they're doing yeoman's work with all of the paperwork.
If I may add, this is a 3-year grant, as you see, it's to tune of value pro rata share of $270,000 annual basis, and this is a 3-year contract. It could then be renewed 2 more times for additional 3 years.
Wow, that's
Mic
exciting.
Mic drop.
Thank you, that's really helpful. Anyone else?
Thank you.
I have a question, actually, if you don't mind, Director McGrath. When I was looking through the paperwork, the services being shared equitably, is that based on population, income? How are they defining equitable so that each town is getting equitable services?
No, and that's one of the things that we were discussing at the Ways and Means Committee. For example, I'll use the food inspector as an example. The individual's already been hired. They have worked in several of the communities already, and what they've been doing is rotating them every month. So in month, you know, 1 month they're in Quincy, 1 month they're in Braintree, 1 month they're in Holbrook, and just continually rotating them through different districts. And I would see a similar procedure with the other positions as well.
That's really helpful. So it's already started, you said, or this is a past one?
So the shared services coordinator has been hired and the food inspector has been hired.
Okay. And then when do we think the rest are going to come on board?
I know that they're being
2024?
vetted through Randolph in the
Okay.
hiring process, and yeah.
That's great. Great way to gain efficiencies and learn across towns, and yeah, this is fantastic. Thank you. Anything else? All right, is there a motion?
This motion authorizing Mayor Charles C. Kokoris to execute an intermunicipal agreement for public health excellence grant for shared services. So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Councilors Ryan and Hume. Clerk Semino, roll call vote, please.
Counselor Barrica?
Yes.
Counselor Flaherty? Aye. Counselor Hume?
Aye.
Counselor Maglio?
Aye.
Counselor O'Brien?
Aye.
Counselor Reynolds?
Aye.
Counselor Ringus?
Aye.
Counselor Ryan?
Aye.
8 in favor, 0 opposed.
Thank you very much. All right, moving on to our National Grid petition this evening. That's 23072 for Washington Street, Bellevue Ave, Standish Ave, Park Ave, Massachusetts Ave, Winthrop Ave, Plymouth Ave, or take up any action relative thereto. I will now turn to Councilor Ryan, Chairman of the Committee on the Department of Public Works.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Earlier this evening, the Braintree Department of Public Works Subcommittee for the Town Council met with DPW staff and National Grid staff, and we reviewed their petition 23072, which is, it's being done because Washington Street in the area from Bellevue Ave to Plymouth Ave is going to be redone by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Washington Street is a state roadway. It's not a town of Braintree roadway. So they are going to do the street over, and as per good utility coordination, they asked that if anyone had any utilities in the roadway that needed to be done over, you should do them over now, because they're going to come in and do the street over. So National Grid needs to replace their gas main that's in Washington Street. And any of the gas mains that touch Washington Street from any of these roadways that run perpendicular to Washington Street, they need to cut those in. And some of those, they're going to replace them. Some of those gas lines are very old. They're from 1925 and 1964 and 1947. So it's the right thing for them to go out and replace these gas mains while they're doing the work in Washington Street. So they're going to be doing it on Bellevue Ave, Standish Ave, Mass Ave, Winthrop Ave, and Plymouth Ave, all streets that run off Washington Street. None of them are under moratorium except Bellevue Ave is under moratorium. Now, they're going to do just the part of Bellevue Ave that touches Washington Street, and a lot of it is under grass that goes across the grass island there, and they're gonna come out a little bit into the roadway, and they're probably gonna have to replace a section of about 20 feet. They're gonna have to do a cut into the roadway of 20 feet. So while it's not perfect, it's that they haven't done, they're just doing this work now on Washington Street, and everything should be really done. So it's gonna be the end of Bellevue Ave that's right at Washington Street that's being done over. So they're gonna do curb-to-curb replacement on that section. So the committee DPW committee met earlier tonight, and we recommended favorable action for all this work.
Thank you, Councilor Ryan. Very helpful. Appreciate that. Any other questions? Anything from National Grid? Set? Okay. Do we have a motion?
Motion is to relay approximately 75 feet of 2-inch bare steel 1925 with approximately 75 feet of 2-inch plastic gas main in Bellevue Ave. Relay approximately 185 feet of 2-inch bare steel 1925 with approximately 185 feet of 4-inch plastic gas main in Standish Ave. Relay approximately 60 feet of 2-inch bare steel from 1925 with approximately 60 feet of 2-inch plastic gas main in Massachusetts Ave. Relay approximately 395 feet of 2-inch coated steel from 1964 with approximately 395 feet of 2-inch plastic gas main in Winthrop Ave. Relay approximately 270 feet of 2-inch bare steel from 1947 with approximately 400 feet of 2-inch coated steel from 1964 with approximately 670 feet of 2-inch plastic gas main in Plymouth Ave. Belt has no conflicts with the location stated below, and names all the streets. The DPW has reviewed the subject petition and the accompanying plans for the gas main replacement on portions of Bellevue Ave, Standish Ave, Mass Ave, Winthrop Ave, and Plymouth Ave. The work is being proposed as part of a program to eliminate aging gas infrastructure, and all work will be done in conjunction with the gas main replacement project on Washington Street, State Route 37 in this vicinity, which is a MassDOT jurisdiction roadway. Bellevue Ave is subject to the excavation moratorium having been resurfaced by total reconstruction in 2018. None of the other roadways with proposed work are subject to the moratorium, having all been resurfaced in 2012 or prior. As such, the DPW recommends that the petition approval contain the following conditions if it is to be granted. A temporary patch shall be placed in all locations immediately after the work. Street excavation should be saw cut, backfilled, and compacted in 8-inch lifts, paved to match existing asphalt depth with a minimum depth of 4 inches and 2-inch lifts to match the existing street grade. After maintaining the patches through one winter, National Grid must return the following spring to perform permanent trench repair on all disturbed roadway segments. The permanent patch repair on Bellevue Road should be curb to curb, mill and overlay to a depth of 1.5 inches for the length of the trench disturbance, but with a minimum length of 20 feet. The permanent patch repair on all other roadway segments should be as follows. Provide an 8-foot wide mill and overlay to a pavement depth of 1.5 inches. If the edge of the permanent patch falls within 2 feet of the roadway gutter, the patch should be extended completely to the roadway edge. Tack coat should be applied to milled surfaces and joints prior to paving. Finished joints should be treated with the rubberized asphalt sealer. We also recommend that the following requirements be added to the permit if it is to be granted. National Grid must arrange a pre-construction meeting with DPW, Braintree DPW, and Braintree Police Department to discuss utility corridor assignment as well as traffic control for the project. The new gas mains must not encroach on any existing utilities. Neither National Grid nor any of its contractors is authorized to close any street or to close a direction of travel to facilitate their work without authorization from the Director of the Department of Public Works or the Highway Superintendent. The Chief of Police can also authorize a closure for a police or fire emergency. Construction zone traffic safety issues are to be addressed through using appropriate traffic control signs and devices and the use of police officers for traffic control to safely guide traffic through the work zone. If a closure is authorized by the DPW, it shall not be implemented until signs and police officers where needed are properly in place in conformity with the written plan prepared by the contractor's engineer and approved by the DPW and Police Department. So moved.
Thank you, Councilor Ryan, and thank you, Councilor Hume. Clerk Semino, roll call vote, please.
Counselor Baraka.
Yes.
Counselor Flaherty.
Aye.
Counselor Hume.
Aye.
Counselor Maglio.
Aye. Aye.
Counselor O'Brien.
Aye.
Counselor Reynolds.
Aye.
Counselor Ringus. Counselor Ryan.
Aye.
8 in favor, 0 opposed.
Thank you very much. Thank you, National Grid. All right, under new business, we have no new business this evening. So with that, is there a motion to move all measures under new business to their respective committees?
So moved.
Thank you, Councilors Ryan and Hume. Clerk Semino, roll call for referrals.
Counselor Baraka.
Yes.
Counselor Flaherty.
Yes.
Counselor Hume. Aye. Counselor Maglio.
Aye.
Counselor O'Brien.
Aye.
Counselor Reynolds.
Aye.
Counselor Ringus. Aye. Counselor Ryan.
Aye.
8 in favor, 0 opposed.
Thank you very much. That concludes our agenda for this evening. Our next regular meeting will be on Tuesday, November 21st, 2023 at 7:30 p.m. Thank you, as always, to BCAM for televising this and bringing us to the residents. Bill Needham and Jerry Comack, we appreciate your time and always being here. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Clerk Semino, roll call to adjourn, please.
Counselor Baraka.
Yes.
Counselor Flaherty.
Yes.
Counselor Hume.
Aye.
Counselor Maglio.
Aye.
Counselor O'Brien.
Aye.
Counselor Reynolds.
Aye.
Counselor Ringus. Counselor Ryan.
Aye.
8 in favor, 0 opposed.
This meeting is adjourned.